On today's program, we have a special guest, Morten Elstrup, the Managing Director at Chamberlaine Cleaning Services in London. Welcome, Morten.
Thank you very much.
So, Morten, you're in London. Is that the London in Ohio, where I live, or
Yes.
Arkansas, or is it the more
Sometimes I
Kentucky?
wish, with the weather we have in London, I would like to be somewhere else, but unfortunately or fortunately, we are in London, in the UK.
In the
So yeah,
UK. All right.
yeah,
Well, I think your accent gave it away a bit.
yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't say that, but my Danish accent probably does not belong in our industry in London. I think I only know one other Danish person over here. Apart from that, you don't see many of us in the cleaning industry, that's for sure. So, but yeah, been here 22 years and I'm still holding on to it.
All right. Well, if there's one true thing about Americans, we don't know much about accents. So,
Yeah,
well,
true.
it's a pleasure to have you, Morten, on the program. We're going to talk about your company a little bit and what you're doing over there in London, in the United Kingdom. Not Ohio, not Kentucky, and not Arkansas. So I
Thank
understand
you.
Chamberlaine Cleaning Services is now CIMS Advanced by GBAC certified. Is that true?
With honors.
With honors. I like that.
Yeah, yeah, very
The
important,
only the only company in the United Kingdom with that specific designation. So tell us about that. Why is that special to you?
To be honest, when we looked at the whole process and everything behind it, we are a cleaning company who's always focused on quality, sustainable environment, all those different elements, and it actually all started uh, like right before COVID or around it when that hit, where we thought, we need to stand out, and it was started with the GBAC, and that's kind of where our story started from. We thought what the ISSA and the Global Biorisk Council were doing was a great accreditation and something that we wanted to do across the entire business, which is not easy. You'll hear a lot of people getting it as individuals out there, but we wanted to bring it across the entire business, which is something we managed to do, which we're very proud of as a business. And for us, it was key that we were holding on to this accreditation. Then it got very exciting that they decided to put this GBAC accreditation in on the CIMS, which I've looked at CIMS before. We know that this is a very, very different accreditation, but something we got quite excited about when we could have it all in one bundle, and we decided to go for it, which scared half of my team out there because they knew the work it took to get that done. Of course, one of the key reasons, we hear about so many accreditations in our industry. One of the key reasons that I really, really like CIMS is the way it's being audited. There is many accreditations which are very tick box exercises. Yeah, there's nowhere to hide. They go, the auditors that literally went into everything from us in business, every single documentation, every single or site spoke to our clients or team or cleaners. It was, unbelievable, but it was incredible. And even that we managed to achieve this with honors, we still find gaps that we can do better and develop, before the next time, and things that we can learn from. So it was quite exciting process, but tough. And I had a few people who had some long nights in my team, and but we did it, and we're very proud of achieving it. So yeah.
Well, congratulations on that for sure. Now, obviously, Morten, any cleaning companies in the United Kingdom watching this program are now probably on the ISSA CIMS website applying to get their own because you have an advantage, don't you?
Absolutely. We've always tried in everything we do to be ahead of the game. That's the way the industry is, because I believe there's always enough work for all of us out there, and we're doing things for the right reason. And particularly when it comes to the sustainable side of businesses, we're all getting on the right train and doing it for the right reason. This for us was about guaranteeing that the quality we are delivering on the sites were up there as the best of the best, and having this incredible accreditation is kind of giving us that. It's, even since this has happened, spoken to many people of our competitors in the industry who didn't know enough about it, to be honest, but they're all now looking into it, which I'm aware of. So
Mhm.
it's I can see that this will flourish a lot in the UK over the next few years.
It will, and you've got the advantage right now. Tell us about your plans to use CIMS in your company, the marketing, the talking to potential clients. What are you building
Yeah.
your team up to do?
So it's quite interesting. So just a bit of background of us as a business. So Chamberlaine have been existing for approximately 40 years, started by a Terry Sullivan, which is still a CEO and still involved most days. You know, he's here, he's involved in the day-to-day of the business, which is great. You know, I've learned a lot from it since I've joined 7 years ago and took over as managing director. But it was started as a business about delivering kind of high-end service to our clients, very much focused in the commercial world, very much focused in central London. Currently, you know, we really operate in zone 1 and 2, which is the central London of what I call the high-end commercial estates. And that's kind of where it started. So in the growth over these years, you know, we always had a focus of delivering high-end service, you know, the best quality, but also doing it in the right sustainable way, which is not always easy, you know, and you know, with some recessions coming in 2008, and we carried on growing as a business. We never ever had a sales department. We never had to go and promote ourselves, or kind of what we were delivering kind of kept giving us new opportunities out there, because people talk. It's a very small world in London, even though it's a big city. So people talk, and we kept getting opportunities and kept growing. And, you know, we after COVID, we did look at it saying, we know we need to push on where we are with everything. A lot of companies closed down, unfortunately, or downsized and so on. So we have kind of brought in a sales department within the business. And, you know, when we looked at this particular accreditation, you know, my commercial director, he was smiling. He was very happy. You know, this is giving us the edge, being able to have this accreditation when he's out talking to our clients about it, you know, the quality that we're delivering for them, and guaranteeing that, you know, we're carrying on delivering the quality across the sites, because most of our clients, we have multiple buildings with them. So that means a lot. And be able to deliver that training down to all our staff to understand, you know, where we are. And as I said, this started with the GBAC for us, and then moved into a much bigger thing now with the CIMS. So yeah, it's great.
It is great. Thank you for that. During the certification process, you talked about how tough it was. You talked about gaps. What did you discover in the whole process that made you adjust a few things that are benefiting you now?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is when you kind of have a business with a lot of different departments, is how everything links into each other. So how all those different processes we have within the business links together. We have all the processes, but sometimes they don't necessarily talk to each other. So you end up having a lot of different processes in a lot of different places, but it's finding that way of putting it all together to make sure that you are delivering across the kind of all your sites and across the entire company. And I think that when we went through the process, that was the biggest thing that was brought out. You know, is that you are doing all these things, but you are not telling the story correctly. You are not showing it correctly. So without actually telling the story correctly, how do we guarantee that we deliver it correctly to all our sites? And I think that's one of the big things that we learned from that auditing process, of how to do that, how to tell that story correctly. So yeah, but most of it we were doing, you know, and if we weren't, I don't think we would manage to achieve it with honors.
I have one last thing to ask you, Morten, and that's to complete a quiz for me. Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
One last thing. Finish this sentence. We here at Chamberlaine Cleaning Services 100% know that CIMS Advanced by GBAC certification will
win us new business and guarantee that we always deliver the highest standard to our clients.